and welcome to my YouTube. My name is Farah and I am back. I'm sorry it took me so long. I took a break. I went on vacation. Okay, so I don't know exactly how I should do this because I watched 2 episodes of the new 90 Day Fiancé. Okay, so this is what happened. I watched the first episode of 90 Day Fiancé and then I went ahead and filmed a recap and the sound was off and I just like couldn't deal with it. But then I had a deadline, so I had to get that deadline out of the way and now I'm back. Anyway, so here I am. If you have been waiting for this upload for the new season patiently, thank you so much for keeping with me. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and like this video. If you've been feverishly searching for like my newest upload, you don't have to do that to yourself. Just subscribe. Oh my God. And guess what? For those who've been with me since like day 1, I finally got monetization, which means I can start making money on videos, which means you'll see more videos. Money is impetus. Leaving comments, like responding to you guys are impetus for me to like make more videos. Because like if not, it feels like I'm just like talking into a black hole. I mean, I do that every night, so might as well get paid for it. You know what I mean. I'm so excited to be back. I'm gonna get really into this. First episode, the premiere episode, and then do a final tag video of the second stuff because I cannot film for 3 hours and edit for 7 days. I have to get these videos up. They may not be the longest, but I'll get back in the swing of things. What am I giving you right now? Is this a little like, Papa, can you hear me? Just so you know, it's Halloween night and I live in West Hollywood, so it's just gonna be a bunch of banshees outside. Screaming and yelling and driving by. That's what happens in West Hollywood, honey, on Halloween, if you don't know. Craziness. I already did my 2 adult Halloweens. I went to an amazing, fun, sexy, artsy, UNICEF Next Gen masquerade ball with Wah, and that was on our Instagrams if you are so inclined to keep up with us in that way. And then I did just like sexy Poison Ivy on Saturday night. So tonight I dressed as Michael Darling, who is the youngest of Wendy's brothers in Peter Pan. Yes, the one in a pink onesie that just carries around a brown teddy bear by its arm. The brown teddy bear is gone. I tried to like fix my hair in such a way that it looked like I had short hair and then it looked crazy, so I had to do something for this video and I decided upon this bun with these things out and you know, I'm rolling with it. Okay, so let's get into this new cast. I'm very into these new casts. Oh, shut up. There are some fakers like off the bat and listen, there's no Angela, you know what I'm saying? And there never will be. I mean, besides her, which is fine because she's also like Tasmanian devil, but there are some great characters and we're gonna get in. And first is Ashley and Jay. So Ashley has 2 kids and like I'm gonna say that now and then I'm gonna keep forgetting that she has 2 kids every time they show her because she's like young and like platinum blonde, blue eyes, you know, she's like 20 nothing, but she's a bartender. That's a lot of like drinking and that's a lot of like guys coming on to you and that's a lot of like manual labor and staying up at night. It is a way of like making a lot of money when you're young. I get that. And when she's not, honey, flipping those drinks, she is in self-defense class. You know, and it seems like a weird self-defense class. At one point, the guy just comes at her and is like, I have a gun in this hand. What do you do? And she's like, takes the gun. Like throws it on the ground. Like maybe there should be like some other kind of instructions like from coming from behind, but not saying that like coming from behind and being like, there's a gun in your back, you know, and then like her having to be like, you know, I don't know. I don't know about self-defense. I should take it. I mean, just kidding. I know so much about self-defense. Don't come and do anything to me. I know it. I know how to do it. Do you hear these bangles? So would the police. So Ashley meets Jamaican Jay in Canada. Just kidding, it's Jamaica. They're like the young Melanie and Dewar, but not everyone can be Melanie and Dewar. Then we meet Ashley's friend's ombre, Natalie. You know, after Ashley meets Jay, she like goes back and brings Natalie to Jamaica, and then Natalie overhears, and this is what's confusing, either Jay saying it or other people in Jamaica being like, oh, Jay gets down with like so many people like he's cheating. And then she tells Ashley, and like that doesn't go well, right? No, never does. Never will, never does. There's 2 themes in this episode. One is girls and the way girl politics works when there's a guy involved is tricky behavior. And 2, some kids don't know how babies are made. Either because of extreme conservative upbringings or whatnot. Just surprise, surprise, pregnancies, when the actual phrase surprise pregnancy really only should be used when it actually could be a surprise. If you just have sex without a condom and he just like splooges in you, you know, it's not a surprise. Especially if you're young like that, it's like, bet on it. Bet on, go to Vegas and bet on it. It'd be surprised if you didn't get pregnant is how you should think of it. Not even that, just think I'm getting pregnant. And if you really want to scare them, think, and I'll get herpes. I'm gonna get a baby and herpes every time I have sex, unless I put a condom on. That's how you get kids to not have sex. It's not abstinence-only education. Abstinence-only education is how you get pregnant teens. And that is why I should be superintendent of schools. Jay kind of looks like Cyrus Glitch from So You Think He Can Dance, right? A little bit. You know what I'm saying? Are you seeing that? Right? He's hot. He knows he's hot. So his whole thing is he's a tattoo artist and he specializes in nipples. And I guess what happens is when you get like tattoos on your nipples, like they get hard, they get sensitive, they get like aroused or whatever. And then he's just there, honey. And he's just like, boop. Great. Put that gun down. Take out that other gun. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what he does. He's just like very popular tattoo artist in Jamaica. I mean, it's making me think like I should look up some cool like areola designs. I mean, my boobs just look like boobs. How boring. Are other kids doing other things now? Are the kids putting rings and bars and tats and animal paws and that's what Eve did. That's old. That's an old reference. I don't know. Am I supposed to do things to them? They're just boobs. Versions of tan and pink. Like pencil erasers at the end. Well, this is what's happening. So Natalie like doesn't want Ashley to be hurt because she has seen Ashley hurt before, honey. She's walked into bathroom floors where Ashley has just been on it, sprawled, and her bronzer and that bleach just swirling down the bathroom drain. So she's trying to get Ashley to like have some common sense about Jay. Ashley, she's in it to win it. She has ran away from like other marriages, but she's like running into the rum jungles of Jamaica with Jay. So back to Jay and his like promiscuous fertility or whatever. It's like, he's very like, I'm like jerk chicken, honey. You can get me on every street corner. And he also says that he like lost his virginity at age 8, which is awfully early. It's really early. Like who did he... I'm really like, I don't know. Is it better that he had sex with like another 8-year-old? Was it someone older and that's like statutory rape? But should we not think of that because it's a show and we never know the answer anyway? Because boys will be boys, but we really have to examine how we raise our children and, you know, just taking time out of this video to speak some truth, you know, what happened there. But back to this fun docuseries. So yeah, he lost his virginity at age 8, then he stole his daddy's lady, took that bitch to the bank, and now he's filling up the Phillies with some ank. My God. Forget Cardi B and Nicki. I am the queen. Honey, I mean, Ashley can take as many self-defense classes as she needs to take, but if that D is in her face, she ain't trying to disarm it. Grab, scrunch, twist, and pull, my friends. Remember that? Okay, so the next people are Colt and Larissa. Colt 38, honey. Colt, a worse version of Paul. I mean, or a better version of Paul. It remains to be seen. Colt, lives in Las Vegas. He's a soft, down alternative because he has allergies. Comforter of a, I mean, I won't call him a man. He's like a thumb. Looks like a thumb. He is an overly analytical, emotionless, passionless, stocky thumb. He has 3 cats, cookie dough, sugar butt. 3 cats, cookie dough, sugar pie. No. 3 cats, cookie dough, baby doll, and sugar. Baby girl and sugar. 3 cats, cookie dough, baby girl, sugar. 1 mom, Debbie. Guess who named the cats? Debbie. Guess who does everything? Debbie. Does it all for him. Has been doing it for him this whole time, honey. Here's some sound bites. He says, yeah, you can say I'm a mama's boy. Huh? You can? I mean, what he really means is that every night he gets 3 tugs and a hug. That's how he goes to bed every night. That's how he's been going to bed every night. She tucks him in, 3 tugs and a hug. Kiss him on the forehead and bye. That's if he's been good. We see Debbie the mom, we see the eyebrows, we process them all, they're used, they're drawn on use every morning. She's making a very yummy omelet. She's always making yummy things. It feels like a Denver omelet or something. Looks great. We clock it, we swallow it all. Captain Obvious says we've been living together more or less since I've been born. I know. Then we see Larissa, who, I mean, she's nice. She's poor man's Paula. I mean, if we're gonna like compare women, which why not, you know? Our society like loves to do so. Larissa had suitors in Brazil, but she wanted someone geeky and adventurous. Geeky, and she wants to be adventurous to be with the geek, or because it's not like he's backpacking through Bali, you know? Not never. He's not. So then this is the first thing or sign that we have that he could be kinky or something, or a freak in the sheets. They hint at this, and I don't want to know. I think I do know what his thing could be. I'll get to that in the next part. So then they FaceTime, and it's a lot of like, be careful with your bangs, they're getting long. He's like, okay, I will, darling. Did you hear what I said? I hate those bangs and that beard. Will you please deal with it? Thanks, darling. Like becomes like Super Texas in Las Vegas or something. Then there's like this weird conflict they want to give, which is that she is waiting for her visa, and the minute the visa is approved, she wants him to just like pay for whatever plane change fee or whatever it has to be so that she can get her ass to America. And she starts to, I feel like, get a pretty good sign that Colt 48 is cheap. He's cheap. A cheap man. What's the word? Tacaño. Does not want to spend money, especially to impress anyone. Doesn't need to. And I think this speaks to like a larger situation I feel like men have with this generation. And I want to get into it. This is for a different time because this video is going to be like billions and billions minutes long. Anyway, so then Colt 43 and his cousin John and his cousin John's wife Leah, who loves a fake flower. I mean, she loves one. She can't get enough of them, honey. They're everywhere, all over her and her place. Colt lets it be known that he, proposed in 5 days, but they've known each other for 11 days. And John and Leah are like, that's weird. And we think it's a bad idea. But Colt pretty much puts it out there like, I don't want to have regrets. And I get it, Colt, because his regrets is if he doesn't make this one thing happen, if he doesn't finally cut the cord and get away from his mom, it's Grey Gardens in Las Vegas for him. Get out, little Leedy. This is your one chance. Little Leedy, get out. Please know that reference. Google it. Then thank mother. But then, yeah, John is like, well, he's a computer nerd. Maybe she's kinky. And I'm like, oh my God, the friend says it too. He's into some shit. And maybe, look, I'm dressed as Michael Darling from Peter Pan. I'm in an adult onesie. It feels like he probably likes to be like a baby. He wants to be like a baby still. Maybe he likes to like have his diapers changed. Maybe he's a furry, like he has like a furry costume with a couple of like well-timed holes, that things slip in and out of, That's all I'm saying. Allegedly. Everything always just allegedly, not to be like Kathy Griffin about it, but could be. Couldn't be. Maybe not. But could be. Probably. Maybe. So yeah, he doesn't want to change the ticket, and he's like, we don't live in golden houses and drive rocket cars. This isn't the Jetsons yet. Though I do sleep with a Judy Jetson real doll every night. That's how I go to bed. On to Jonathan and Fernanda. In North Carolina, honey, he loves going to the gym, work, play, real estate broker. He's like half Southern Charm reject. He speaks of what made him fall in love with Fernanda. She's 19, her curves, she has a great butt, tight stomach. So, I think it's gonna really last. I feel like those are all good signs, yeah. In it for the long haul. Fernanda is really pretty though. I mean, yeah, and a cute personality. She's 19. She has great eyebrows. She's 19. 919, okay? 1 and a 9. That's her age. Okay, she has her whole life ahead of her. But this guy thinks is with him. Then we meet Danny, which is Jonathan's wingwoman, who has never seen Jonathan like in a close relay. Can't imagine him getting married, honey. In a billion years couldn't imagine it. Why? She's in love with him. It's so obvious, right? Yeah. Oh my God. She's like, what about her? Yeah, you told us she was 21, but she was 19. Never thought I would ever see you get married. Or even serious with someone. other than me. And we hear that Fernanda doesn't understand why they have a close relay, him and Danny. Oh, it's easy, Fernanda, because this is who he should be with. See, if this were a movie and like I'll write this movie and I'm writing this movie and I'm already writing this movie and so don't you worry about it, but like get at me if you want this movie made. Anyway, so if this is a movie, this is what happens.
Fernanda comes over to America, right? Danny and Fernanda have like some hostility or some tension. They don't like each other, right? Because like Danny's obsessed with Jonathan and Jonathan like is just sexually obsessed with Fernanda. Has just been friends with Danny too long, like doesn't see
the amazing person that she is and how right she is for him.
Slowly though, Jonathan and Fernanda start to realize they're not for each other because Fernanda's 19 and like finds herself, right? She gets to America, either like gets some great job or starts to model or wants to experience everything, and like what's holding her back? Like a fucking ball and chain.
Old ass Jonathan.
Who's like looking at the side like, you dumbass? That's Danny.
So what ends up happening is
Fernanda and Danny start to become friends because they're both actually cool women and women shouldn't fight each other. It's like Fernanda somehow teaches Danny to like let go and be spontaneous and fiery and passionate and break away from her southern conservative culture, and
gives some sort of like makeover montage, just a little like sexiness or whatever. And
then Danny tells Fernanda, you can be a modern lady and
this is your chance to like grow and shine and like you have opportunities and like you should take them because you are young.
You think that like Fernanda's gonna break up with Jonathan and Jonathan is then gonna maybe go to Danny and how shitty that would be? But what ends up happening is Jonathan, out of his own accord, realizes that Danny's for him. So then Jonathan goes to Danny's door late at night and like knocks on it. He's like,
the whole time it was you. I'm so sorry I never saw what was past the end of my nose. Will you ever forgive me? And Danny's like, I'll forgive you, but I'm with someone new now. His name is Fernando! It's Fernanda's older brother. We became friends. He's so hot. Have you seen Fernanda? Imagine that as a brother. He's hot. Anyway, good luck with everything, like selling whatever, duplexes, whatever you do. Split levels. So if you want me to write this movie, I will write this movie. I'm already writing this movie. Don't take this away from me. I'm pitching you right now. This is what a pitch is. Do you just give me money, you know, and I'll make this happen. I'm a great writer. Also, Danny starts to say crazy shit that like Fernanda and Jonathan are gonna be like, because he's like been with so many different women and there's so many exes around town and it's a small town, they'll be like at some bar or some restaurant and just expect women to come up to them and be like, I want you to know that I'm happy for you. I wish nothing but the best for you both. A younger version of me, is she perverted like me? You know, but yeah, and you know, we'll see. I don't know if she's gonna be like straight Hazel, but we'll see. She's like too young to drink at the bar. So I guess she won't be at a bar, huh? This would have to take place at a restaurant where she's drinking like a milk. Jonathan is gonna go pick up Fernanda in Mexico because she's like never traveled and then bring her back to America. So he goes to Mexico, they're off camera, they have some time together, they come back, they have a horrible confessional where he's just like, yeah, I bought her boobs. Look at those boobs I bought them, I can't wait to see him. But don't worry, I wasn't dumb enough to like do it before she got the visa. I want to make sure I could see him. My investment. Ooh. It's a douche. She gets to America, she looks at his car, she's like, your life is like this? He's like, no, just my car. But no, it's like, it's his whole life. I mean, his place is Bachelor in Helladise. Bachelor in Paradam. Tell me in the comments your preferred pun.
Tell me in the comments.
So I hate this, like, I think this is like producer related drama or whatever. So I guess it's like they hide a thong in the dresser, right? The dresser that she's supposed to put her clothes in. So she like opens up the drawer and there's like some old dusty ass thong where she's like, Quién esta niña? Who's that girl that left her dirty ass thong in your place? Also just like someone's moving into your house, you don't even clean. Like how come these guys just like keep getting these hot girls that come from countries and don't think they need to impress them ever by cleaning or buying them anything or making sure things are nice for them or cleaning? What? Ugh. Honey, talk about toxic masculinity. So now we're on to Kalani and Asuelu. I'm gonna like take 9 years to get all their names right. Honey, she lives in Rancho Santa Margarita, which is South Orange County. I know it well. She has a baby with Asuelu, Oliver. 5 months. She used to like ginger and juice, which I mean, by the way, just sounds like the holidays are coming and I'm about to go a bacon or something. Because that's what her dad made her, because her dad was Samoan and like he didn't want her to be with like any brown people because he equated brown people with like being poor or whatever. I mean, this is not me, this is what I guess they're saying or whatever. And that's why he wanted her to be with like white people. So she got back at him. They always do. They always do. What did oh yeah, Jurassic Park say? Like, you can't limit nature. You can't hold back nature. You can't. Oh well. What ended up happening was Kalani had gone to Samoa, I think, or whatever, to like some resort, and the activities director, Asuelu, became obsessed with her, like was into her, like everywhere like she went, she would like be in the lobby and they'd be like, Asuelu, like,
Hi, do you need something?
or she'd be like walking to the beach and like Asuelu would be like,
Do you want a lava flow?
she's like, cool, yeah, okay. You know, and then but the third day or whatever, he like
Takes off his shirt.
has a good body, and then so like Kalani, who was raised Mormon, just was like boing, you know, to that body or whatever, and then they boned. And he got her pregnant, because that's what happens when you tell kids, oh, contain. You can't contain nature. You can't contain nature. Abstinence only education. If you could, Bristol Palin wouldn't exist. I'm just saying you can't just do abstinence education. You have to say, we would prefer this for you for X, Y, and Z, because you're too young, because you don't want to have kids, because you should enjoy this time for yourselves. But if you find yourself in a situation, you have to use protection. You just have to. That's what you tell the kids. Cue this video up, just this last 10 seconds. I'm gonna keep going, but you know, just that 10 seconds. Anyway, yeah, that's what happened. The dad flipped out, you know. They all thought that she did it like to rebel against them. She probably did, whatever. The dad grew out the beard as a dagger, braided it. I mean, that thing is more like intimidating than a face tattoo. So yeah, the dad's just like, he doesn't understand like the fast life, you know, it's a slow life over there and it's fast life over here. Like, not really. It's South Orange County. I don't think there's a lot happening. Rancho Santa Margarita, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it really the fast life? I guess in comparison, but they ain't no LA. Honey, if I opened the door right now, there's hooligans outside at West Hollywood Halloween party. It's crazy outside. It's culture. That's why I'm inside. Talking to a camera. So then we have the scene with, what's her name? It's Kalani and her sister, who she's been staying with up until previously, and like some stragglers, like some friends, like we don't know them. And they like go to eat at some like Mediterranean restaurant that looks like straight out of 2005. Remember mid-2000s where everything was like faux Mediterranean and like all the design and stuff like that? You know that look? That's the kind of place they went to. But I bet they shared like a broad appetizer, and I bet it was good. So this whole thing is dumb, but it's like Kalani, is that her name? Or is that singer's name? Whatever. Kalani? Kalani. I don't know. So she had told her sister that Asuelu had cheated on her. And then the sister got pissed. As sisters do. Right? But when Kalani like didn't leave him, right? The sister was like, I'm raising this baby now with you. You're living with me and this baby, like, get rid of that guy who's done nothing but cheat on you. And then Kalani was like, oh, I didn't tell you the truth. The truth is we were on a break. We were on a break at that time, so he really didn't cheat on me. I was just mad I didn't tell you all the whole thing. So it was like became this like Ross and Rachel, like, we were on a break! We were on a break thing. Which the sister does not buy. The sister's like, that's pretty convenient. I just want to say that now. But, okay, fine. So now I have to be friends with him? I mean, okay. Whatever. I just don't even want to deal with this. And it just makes me mad because we would literally have no problems if it wasn't for him in your life. But really, it's like the sister. This is what happens. When you're a girl and you're going through a drama situation, you either stick in it or stick out of it, but you don't tell all your friends about it and expect them to remain by your side. It's too hard for them because they're like your friend or your sister and they want to be like, run or get out, and they can't stand watching you just like stay. Can't share every bad part of your relationship unless they're like hitting you or something like that, then you just run and get out. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's hitting her. I just think that like she got upset or whatever and she shared things and now the sister hates him and she doesn't know what to do. It's just a lesson. Girl politics. It's the exact same thing with Ashley and Natalie. Ombre Natalie, you know? Who's actually a good ombre. I mean, she has a bad ombre, but she's a good person. And by bad ombre, all that means is that they should blend some pieces in the front. Like there should be, it never should be just like pure dark and then blonde. It should be like just some pieces blonde in the front and still have like a darker hue here and blonde down here. That's my personal opinion and my stylists. Hey, Casey. Casey at Chris McMillan. So then like the sisters like get in a big ass fight and they go outside and it's like they're trying not to cry and then doing so they won't make eye contact. They're like, I can't, I just want you guys to be like okay, so things can be okay, and it's hard. So, and the other sister is like, I know, it's just, I just don't want him to get in the middle of our friendship relationship. And I know, I don't want you not to be, right, for us not to be sisters. And they hug. It's cute. I don't have a sister, but I'm assuming that's like how it is. The next is Eric and Lida. Okay? Lida. Eric is from Wisconsin, capital of cheddar cheese, which I actually love. But I hate Eric. Both of them give me like upset tummies. He is just a depressing divorced dad that's choosing some woman over his children. Like, I don't know his story, but he's broke as hell. I mean, maybe like a vet or has PTSD, so I don't mean to like make anything, but he has a 2-bedroom that he like has been sharing with his 19-year-old daughter who pays rent and utilities, but he's kicking her out to move in this like rich woman and her son, baby son from Indonesia. How? If you can't afford for her to come, you can't afford for her to come. You don't kick out someone you made. I hate it. I hate this show. It makes me feel like there are no good men. There are no good fathers. I have a great father, but like, it really makes me upset. Like, I don't get like what he thinks. Like, she's rich as fuck. She's gonna come to your apartment like with 2 mismatched brown bedside tables. I don't know where your apartment is. Looks like it's by a Circle K and a train track. Like, I don't know what happened, or if his ex-wife has the house, or if she left him because he couldn't get his life together, or she took everything. I have no idea, but he has nothing. And maybe it's a thing where like he has PTSD or some sort of like problem from being in the army or something, and this is what it is. And I don't want to talk shit if that's what it is, but it just seems like a really awful situation, and not a situation to bring in some other foreign person and her like very young son into, when you have 3 daughters and a life you have to like get together. I also don't get, because if he's kicking out his daughter who splits rent, is he gonna make his like rich Indonesia wife pay and her son? How does he gonna afford it? I don't know. I just feel so bad for his 19-year-old daughter. And I'm just gonna say this, like, if you can find a stylist to give you such a cute asymmetrical haircut, you can find a better place to live with a more stable situation than that dad. Lida doesn't, whatever her name is, doesn't understand why he has to pay child support. I don't know what her deal with her kid is, where that dad is, or obviously he's not paying child support. Obviously her family's paying for it, which is probably why they're like, find a man that will help take care of him, this other man's baby. And she's like, okay. You know, she seems young and flighty, like trying to get out of an oppressive family's thumb, and this is how she's doing it, which is never smart. Then we see a scene where he sits down with his like other daughters and his ex-wife Tanya. Okay, and then we like, I see this and I'm like, oh my god, what a horrible scene. He like orders onion rings and she's like, oh, I guess your tastes have changed. I pause this restaurant scene 2 seconds in, and I just want to say to Eric, like, this is what you should do. Whatever it is you needed to do to get your family back. Get a job, get 2. Get on meds, get in therapy, do yoga, walk a dog 20 minutes a day, and get as much sleep as possible. And then every second you're not doing those things, make it up to your wife, whatever the F you did to make her divorce you in the first place. You need to be a man. You already have a family. You have these 3 women, these 3 beautiful daughters. Get your life. That's what you should do. I mean, allegedly. You just want your kids to like have an example of a dad and a father and a man to be proud of. You know, not one with like oily onion fingers that like kicks them out of houses for like young ass pageant brides. Okay, so that is the first episode of 90 Day Fiancé, and honey, I'm gonna go right into shooting the second one, and so if you want to watch that, I'll link it above.